Angel of the Lord, when I start seeing him, I'll feel the presence of the angel first, and then I see, in my spiritual eyes, I start seeing the angel. And the time that he's ready for the gifts of the Holy Spirit to operate, he'll touch my right shoulder. And when he touched my right shoulder, all of a sudden I start looking into the eyes of the people, and I can see in the windows of their soul, or God will give me a dream before I get to that setting, and I'll know who's going to be. Don't know. Something just don't feel right. So I laid down. I feel myself going into it like a deep dream, and I can see myself. Now I'm waking up, and that's a round outer wall. And in this wall, I start smelling stench of flesh, or burning of flesh, and I look and I see flames, and on my right side is the angel of God. And he began to tell me, you have been called to preach the gospel. God has assigned you to be a prophet to the nations. You will carry signs, wonders, and miracles and know the thoughts of man's hearts. And I look to the angel, and I'm looking down, and all I do, I see thousands of hands lifted up. Said, and in there, I can smell burning flesh, and I can hear people screaming. And I'm looking, and I hear one of them say, please obey the call. Answer the call. Don't compromise the call. We're here because we did not obey the assignment. And then the angel told me, he says, you're going to be responsible. And he showed me a vision while I'm looking into hell, and I see all the flames, and I can smell the stench. You know, the Bible said, where the worm dieth not, and the fire is not quenched. And that means the memory of every time somebody witnessed to you, every time somebody had testified about behalf of the gospel and told you about Jesus, how to get saved and born again. So here I am looking to the angel, and he said, you're going to be responsible for these people if you don't obey the call of God. In this visitation to heaven, different dimension, different gates, and I'm walking through the gates, and on the angel on my left side, we go through this last stage, this last gate, and the angel knelt. So I'm thinking, all right, he knelt, I'm going to kneel. So I knelt down, and then I didn't see the Lord. I saw the majesty of his glory, his awesomeness, and I looked, and all I could see, my eyes started burning, because Exodus chapter 33 says, no man can see God face to face. He let Moses see his hands and his back part, but he'll let us experience his glory as different levels. But that level, he will not let no man see it. So I didn't get to see him, but I heard the voice that I come to cherish. At that time, I remember him saying this in the prophetic sense. He said, Tracy, you're called to be a minister. And he confirmed everything the angel said when I had the other visitation. You're going to be my mouthpiece. I'm going to demonstrate signs, wonders, and miracles. You're going to know the thoughts of man. You're going to reveal the will and the purpose of God to them. I'm going to back you up with all heaven, and you're going to walk in the footsteps that I ordained, and where I have gone, you shall go. And he said, now, when you're waking out of this visitation, he said, no, I am with you even until the end. In 1995, the angel of God came to me. His instruction was to me, you're going to sit at the feet of the generals of faith. You're going to learn what to do and not to do. And as you serve them, that's when I got a revelation on serving. He operated in the gift of word of knowledge. The angel came to him and said, you have two signs. You detect demonic spirits, sickness, and diseases in the right hand when it vibrates. The other one was the gift of word of knowledge. You would know their names, every area of their life. So he can call somebody out of the audience, not know them, and they come before him, give him the address, the doctor's name, everything about their life, even what they ate for breakfast. I mean, such detail of the word of knowledge that it's mind-boggling. And I said, after I saw that, the angel spoke to him. I said, that's what I want. It's got to be in the earth.
But
he was in his teenager years, around 16, 17 years of age. Now, upbringing, he had been in around the ministry of Voice of Healing all his life as a child. But around 16, 17, William Brandon walked into his room, put his hands on the right shoulder and said, even as the mantle's upon me, and now the mantle's on you. And he operates in that gift.
Now,
sir, I had a dream. I saw him in this big tent revival, and he was coming to North Carolina. So we went to the tent revival 1 year later, according to the exact time that angel gave me the dream. I walk in there, he shakes my hand, and he said, from this day forward, what's on William Randall, on my life, will be on your life. And then I go back to the headquarters and I do a revival. All of a sudden I see an angel down low in a scroll. And I started seeing names, addresses, sickness, where it was at. I see a skeleton form me anytime I stand before a person, or I feel through the word of knowledge where the pain is at. Well, how he showed me was 1997, the angel came to me and said, this is the recipe for unlocking it. The glory, the manifestation of the gifts of the Spirit. So he said, I want you to pray 3 hours a day. So when I began to pray 3 hours a day, he taught me the first hour, pray in tongues. Then the second hour, stop and listen. And then the third hour, I'm in a place where I don't have to speak in tongues. When you get to heaven, tongues cease. So when you really tap in that glory realm, you don't pray in tongues. You just enthrone him with glory. You just lift your hands and you worship Yeshua. So he taught me, when you listen, after you speak in tongues, what you're doing is the interpretation is coming back to you. You stop after you speak in tongues. Then all of a sudden, your mind has already been clear because you pray all the distractions away, because you pray in the Spirit. You have a dialogue. It's just you and God. It's a channel. What I recommend is keep pursuing, because when I learned this pattern and this strategy, how to tap into the heart of God, it took me time to develop. But the more I I always tell ministers where I go and teach them, let it be a prayer habit.